In this video, you're going to learn about 3 different strategies to recover more sales and abandoned carts on your Shopify store. That's coming up next. What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Congratulations, you made it to 2021. Put 2020 behind us. It's time to start a new year. I couldn't be more excited. If we don't know each other, my name's Kerry, and I created this channel to bring you the best strategies, secrets, and hacks to grow your online business. And in today's video, we're going to dive into 3 different strategies to recover more abandoned sales and abandoned carts on your Shopify store. Hopefully this will give you some interesting ideas and different ways, creative ways of getting more sales and just boosting your revenue overall on your Shopify store. So let's dive in. Let's start off today by defining the term abandoned carts. You might not be familiar with that term, or you may be very familiar with that term, but essentially an abandoned cart is when your customer comes to your website, they add something to the cart, they go to check out, and for whatever reason, they leave and don't complete their purchase. So that is what an abandoned cart is, and there are different strategies you can use to recover those abandoned carts. Recovering abandoned carts on your store is one of the best ways to boost your revenue and boost sales, but for a number of reasons, people just don't do it a lot of times. The first reason is that, you might just not be aware that this is something you can do. It's actually a pretty simple strategy, again, to just boost revenue, boost sales, but a lot of people just aren't aware of it. So hopefully today, if you haven't heard of recovering abandoned carts, you're aware of it and you go implement it right away. The next reason is a lot of people think it's just really hard to set up. And that's not really the truth. It's actually really easy, and you can get some recovery strategies set up in just a few minutes. And it's very simple. And the last reason is, a lot of people just don't want to bug their customers. They feel like if they use these strategies like email or text or any of the things we're going to talk about today, that they'll just be bugging their customer and they might lose the customer in that way. What the reality is that you have to bug people to be successful in this. And you probably noticed that some of your favorite companies are very aggressive when they're trying to get you to complete your sale. So that's the truth, is that you're going to have to bug people. You're going to have to notify people. And most people just need to be reminded a couple times about the sale, right? They go off and do something else and they don't remember to come back and complete their purchase. So what we're talking about today are strategies to remind people and follow up with people to get them to come back and complete that purchase on your store. Strategy number 1 is email. Recovering abandoned carts with email is the most common way to recover more abandoned carts and probably the easiest to set up. Now, Shopify even has cart recovery with email built into their platform at no additional charge. So you can start sending your customers cart recovery emails inside Shopify without even having a third-party email marketing platform. Now, I personally do use an email marketing platform to send my abandoned cart emails because they're more customizable and there's a lot more that you can do. You can make them a lot more personal with an email marketing platform. You can use anything from MailChimp, Klaviyo, OmniSend. There's a number, probably hundreds of different email marketing platforms that you can use for cart recovery. Now, the flow that happens with email recovery is basically the customer is going to come to your store, add an item to the cart, and they're going to go to checkout. Now, cart recovery with email is reliant upon the condition that your customer enters their email when they're going to check out. So they have to go pretty far into the checkout process to actually be eligible for cart recovery via email. What I like to do with email is set up 3 emails that are triggered at different points in about a 24-hour period. And what I do is offer a discount code for customers to come back and complete their purchase. And that discount code expires after 24 hours. So I essentially would send you 3 emails within a 24-hour period to try to get you to come back and complete your purchase. Strategy number 2 is with SMS. Now, yes, you can actually text customers and get them to come back and complete their purchase. Now, a big difference with text and email is that text has a 100% open rate. You think about it. If you get a text on your phone, you're probably going to open that text. You don't want that little notification on your phone just sitting there forever. So pretty much 100% of people that receive a text are going to open it, as opposed to email, where it's not uncommon to have email open rates around the 20% mark, 25% mark. If you're really good, maybe it's 30 or 35%. But obviously text is going to have a much higher open rate. There are a number of different apps in the Shopify App Store to do SMS marketing, and there are a number of different ways that you can recover carts with SMS. So I definitely encourage you. This is a Pretty easy thing to set up. Go into the Shopify App Store, start doing some research, and start using SMS to recover more abandoned carts. The third strategy is Facebook Messenger. Now, Facebook Messenger might be my favorite way to recover abandoned carts, and that's really only for one reason. Recovering carts with Facebook Messenger messages doesn't require your customer to go all the way through the checkout process before they're eligible to receive those messages. Most of the Facebook Messenger apps inside Shopify just put a little checkbox on the product page that your customer can hit that selector and log into Facebook, and that will enable you to send them recovery messages. So what that means is they only have to click the add to cart button to actually start receiving those recovery messages. This is going to enable you to recover a lot more abandoned carts than you can with text messaging or email, because you're going to have more customers that are eligible. As long as they check that box on the product page, they can receive Facebook Messenger messages with that to recover their sale. Facebook messages also have a really high open rate. Now, it's not quite as high as SMS, but it is over 90%. So you're going to have a pretty high open rate on those Facebook messages. Now, there are a lot of rules around Facebook messaging, so you have to be pretty careful. But as long as you're using an app in the Shopify App Store, most of those apps will take care of all the rules for you, so you don't really have to think about it. If you're enjoying this video today, would you do me a favor and just hit that like button? It really helps us get this video out to more people, and it tells the YouTube algorithm that this is good, valuable content. So hit that like button. Also, consider subscribing to the channel. We put out new videos every single Tuesday related to print on demand, t-shirts, e-commerce, and growing your online business. So let's get back to the content. So now that you're aware of 3 different strategies to recover more abandoned carts, we talked about email, we talked about SMS, and we talked about Facebook Messenger. The question is, which should you use and how should you use these? Well, I think you should use all 3 together, and that's because of the flow of all 3. Now, email and SMS just require your customer to get into the checkout, put in their email, put in their phone number, and then abandon their cart. So you can use both of those together to send them emails in that 24-hour period and to send them text messages in that 24-hour period. And you can also have Facebook Messenger set up with just a checkbox on the product page there to recover carts via Facebook Messenger. Now, the key here is that you have all of your messaging between these three strategies line up. So you want to have the same discounts, the same kind of messaging throughout those 3 platforms so that they all match up, right? You don't want 3 different discount codes on all these different platforms or different percentages and all this kind of stuff to track and keep track of and all that stuff. You want it to be seamless throughout. But because of the way that all these can kind of work together, I think you should have all 3. And they're relatively inexpensive. Go out to the Shopify App Store, research some of these apps. Now, you should definitely be using email marketing in general, so you should already have that. If you're running any kind of Shopify store right now and you're getting some traffic to your store, you should already be using email marketing with a platform like Klaviyo or MailChimp or OmniSend. And that abandoned cart functionality is already built in, and you can go set that up right now if you're already using email marketing. And then what you need to do, go in the Shopify App Store and again, start looking at some of those apps where you can do SMS and you can do Facebook Messenger recovery. Now, I will have some later videos coming out where I will recommend some apps on SMS and with Messenger marketing. And so those will be coming out soon. But in this video, I didn't want to recommend any specific apps. I more wanted to give you, hopefully get your brain going on some different strategies that you can use to recover more abandoned carts. And as we talked about in the beginning, you have to be pretty aggressive with this. That's why I encourage you to use all 3 of these strategies together. Be aggressive with it. You want to recover as many sales as you can. And again, customers just need to be reminded. That's the number one thing. Most people are not going to be annoyed when you contact them about the sale that they were going to make. They're going to be happy that you reminded them because they probably wanted that product. If they went all through the trouble of going in and adding it to the cart, they probably wanted it, right? So get out there, remind your customers, follow up with your customers. You will see more sales and more profits coming through your store. Speaking of recovering abandoned carts, if you currently do not have an email marketing platform, or maybe you're unsatisfied with the email marketing platform that you're using right now, I want to invite you to try out Klaviyo. Klaviyo is my email marketing platform of choice, and I've been using them for a number of years. And they even have a free account that you can use up to 250 contacts. In my opinion, Klaviyo is the best email marketing platform when it comes to Shopify. They give you detailed analytics. They give you pre-made automations in there. It is so easy to get more sales, to increase that revenue, to contact your customers, connect with your community with email through Klaviyo. It's a really, really great platform. So if you want to give it a try, whether you're already doing email marketing or you're starting out brand new, head over to shirtschool.com/Klaviyo to get a free account. Again, that's up to 250 contacts. Go give it a shot, and we'll see you next week.